This is about Docker. Somebody thought on your laptops, you have hardware. This is what we have in our laptops. On top of hardware, what do we have? Who manages hardware? Yes, on our laptop, yeah, operating system manages our hardware. So somebody thought about, hey, what if we add one more thin layer on top of operating system and call that layer as Docker engine, which can create some illusion. So let's call it a Docker engine, which can create an illusion, which you can run certain processes like containers, C1, C2, C3, such that these containers get an illusion that they are directly running on operating system and they can access hardware. And Docker engine makes that possible. What Docker engine does, it provides all the necessary support for these containers to run. Containers gets an illusion that I'm running on a particular hardware. Okay, so it's Docker engine that is taking responsibility of these containers. So these are our containers. Yeah, company that made Docker engine, they figured out that it is possible to create thin images. And these images contain what? They just contain necessary libraries and software plus configuration. If we can create images, Docker engine can allow us to run the images and they become container, and containers get an illusion that they are running on a dedicated hardware of their own. That way we can run multiple containers on a laptop, giving an illusion we are having multiple laptops, and it becomes very easy for us to simulate what we want to simulate. Okay. Now, one more box I'm going to draw, which will give us an idea that there is something called as, at a high level, there is something called as Docker Hub. Let me draw this box. Yeah. So you have something called as Docker Hub, like GitHub. They created Docker Hub on the similar lines. What Docker Hub contains, it contains images. So you can say that Docker Hub will have multiple images existing. So Docker Hub is nothing but it's a repository of images. A repository of Docker images. Any image you name today, you want image of Java, you want image of Node.js, you want image of MySQL, companies create those images and they push them to GitHub, because for them also testing becomes easy, for them also development becomes easy, for them trial also becomes easy. That they want somebody else to try their software, it becomes very easy for them to do. So this is called Docker Hub, where images are there, pre-created images are there. We can also create our images and we can push there. So there is a process to do that also for us. Okay. Now we have a laptop where what we do is we download these images. Who downloads images for us? Yeah, these are images on our laptop. This is our laptop overall thing. How do we download image? What enables us to download images? Yeah, guys, you were able to download image after installing of something. Can we say it is still the Docker engine and a Docker command on top of that? So there is a notion of pulling the image. When you said Docker run, minus D, minus P, 3000, 3000, and you gave image name. Actually, what happened was a Docker pull command ran, which downloaded the image onto our local laptop. Okay, if there is a command to pull the image, do we agree that there will be a command to push the image also? That means if we learn Docker in detail, we can create our own images also. We can push our own images also. The image that I gave you guys to run and see, that was created by me and pushed by me to my Docker Hub account. So push and pull of images happen. Yeah. Now when we run the image, locally we download the image. Imagine we take the image and we run it. What is the running image called? What did we call a running image? If we run one or more images, what is that called in Docker ecosystem? Yeah, it is a container. Yeah, in container, we run our software at some particular port. So that gives us the container fitting into our big picture diagram. Now, one last piece that is remaining is in big picture overview is there is a file called Docker file. So let me call it a Docker file. The purpose of Docker file is to define what do you want to bundle in the image, what do you want to put in the image. So you write a Docker file, and when you build it, you actually create an image on your laptop. So when you build Docker file, you write a Docker file, you build it, and it becomes a Docker image at your laptop. I think this one diagram that you are seeing here covers all about Docker that we discussed. Any doubts, any questions on whatever is written over here?